I think a gong is more appropriate for that opening than a applause, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of screwed that one up a little. It must be a Thursday night thing, a full day of caffeine instead of just a morning full of caffeine. It has me buzzing right now, I suppose.
Yep.
Hopefully, the cold doesn't kill your buzz wherever you are. I know in the morning tomorrow here in Chicago, just a few hours, it's going to be like -7.
Uh-oh.
Our pick started off like -7 yesterday at Tampa Bay Downs, but did heat up a little bit at the end. So hopefully we can carry that over. I know Turfway is going to actually cancel, I think, the next couple of days because of cold weather.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, but what I know won't be canceled and what I've been spending most of my day on today is the Pegasus Wagering Guide, which will be available over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet tomorrow morning. Make sure you head on over to there for that. Of course, free picks today was Turf Paradise. Maybe there's some races running left. I don't know. But, of course, every day, free tracks over there. Use the link in the description as well as on horseracingtoday.net right there. In just a few minutes when the show's over, we'll post all of our picks, our best bets, our Benny in the bets, and all of the above. And hit that HRT gear button right there, folks. Come on over to our shop and get a Horse Racing Today outfit for 20% off. Hey, start thinking about the summer. But the hell with this cold-ass winter. Let's move on with some horse racing today, Terry.
Yeah, they're loading in the gate right now. So
all right, well, forget it. What are your picks for race number 1?
All right, so in race number 1, I like 3 Thurrock Street, 4 Gathered, 2 White Lick Road, and 7 Real Nice Surprise. No bets.
3, 4, 5, and 7 for me in the opener, Terry. No bets for me either. Just real quick on the smart sheets. It said the 3 had a 4-point speed figure edge. It said the 9 or the 7 or the 4 would get to the lead. The 5 will be closing the hardest. The 3 was your top total pace horse. Let's see if any of that comes to pass. They really get started on time down there, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't talk for 10 minutes at the start. That might be helpful too. So as they get going, the 3 horse is out to the front, but down here in the race shape, you see that the 3 actually did want to be a part of the lead. Lyric Street to the outside is the 4 horse. Then the 7. I don't see the 9, but the 7's over here in the early pace. As they make their way down the back stretch in opening 23 seconds. I don't know how fast that is for Turfway Park, but I do know that 6 furlongs, you get the rail, outside stalkers, and you don't necessarily want to be on the lead. Around the stretch they go. So much for that idea as the 3 horse continues to hold the lead. 4 horses in there. Here comes a 11 horse, Tricky Fury, going to make a move, though the 4 has dipped its nose in front of the 3. Looks like we might get a long shot here in the opener, Terry, to take home the top prize. The 11 has moved into the mix. The 4, though, is trying to herd him a little bit. See if he can hold him off. The 3 is going to try to dip down towards the rail. But as it is at Turfway Park, not too surprising, you get an 11 horse at not too bad, 6-1, Tricky Fury. You had that horse in the mix over here. I remember saying that name, Tricky Fury. No, that name didn't show up anywhere. He did show up here. What's that?
He has the best trainer.
The 11? Nah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was. I'm sorry. No, you're right.
Yeah, the only place the 11 showed up really was a maybe 1 horse.
Yeah.
He came close on the par, but did show better pace last time across the board. One of your biggest class droppers. Decent enough season to consider in there. So, well, thankfully we missed that race, Terry.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. All right. Well, hopefully. Good morning, Christopher D'Souza. How about that best bet at Tampa yesterday? That 3 horse. I think I had him on top, though, right? We agreed on that yesterday. So we both got that one right. And yes, that was that a boom? Or was it was a $13.50 winner, right?
Yeah, really well. It beat my horse.
Was my top pick too, Terry. I was sad when I didn't see it as a part of your exacta because your horse finished 2nd.
Yeah.
Speaking of seconds, let's do the second race today, a mile and a 16th. Might actually get through all the analysis, although it wouldn't have mattered in the last race. This is the first of the 2 pick 4s that we'll have some thoughts on. At a mile and a 16th, they're in Kentucky, Terry. What you're looking at are closers. Posts 2 through 7 get the best of it. we saw a horse that should close in race number 1 take home the prize. So in race number 2, who's going to close here?
Well, that 10 has the best number, but not by a lot. The 3 and the 12 are pretty close to it. Oh, and also the 2.
Yeah, indeed. So also, if you take a look at the early speed, you got the 9 horse has a pretty aggressive early speed edge. 5 points equals about 1 length, so about 1.5 lengths early speed for the 9. So it should be out there. Maybe a little competition from the 2.
Mm-hmm.
This race, Shave Terry, is pretty interesting. Nobody has a history of being on the lead. So the 9 and the 2, both left arrow types. In these races, maybe getting the right trip will be the right answer.
Yeah, you can see several of those are way above 50% threshold we like to see, especially that 12 at 92.85%. So
when we line up today's race projected pace versus the best performances for these horses, there's a 93% chance King's Legacy's race today will look a lot like races where it's performed at its best. As far as jockeys and trainers, you said the 11 had it last time. I think maybe you meant this race.
I did. The 11 has the best jockey, 5 has the best trainer, but the 11 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, I think that's a hands down in there. A lot of horses in here, Terry, have hit par or come close to par in this race. That's a 74. And a lot of times in these cases, we want to click the right button somewhere. These things are out of order today. There they go. So in that case, maybe a little bit of value might be an answer.
Well, a 7 has a little bit of value from 5-1 to 20-1. That's quite a bit, isn't it? And then the 10 is from 9-2 to 10-1, and then the 12 is from 9-2 to 10-1. So those are pretty nice overlays.
Some class droppers in here. That's important. The 11 taking the biggest class drop of the bunch. Plenty of horses showing improvement, though I do like when we see faster fractions and faster early pace. That belongs to the 6 as well as the 12, King's Legacy. Up here, Terry, you got the 12 at the top of the list, but if you look at all these numbers here, they're really tight. No true simulation favorite. Same goes over here for these horses in here. Only 8 points separating the top 5. Tough break, wide trip, get bumped. You could be first, you could be last. How did you start your pick 4?
Well, I like the 11 Talent Show, winner of 2 of the last 3 starts, top speed rating, and has the best, is best at this distance. Trainer wins 32% of the time when dropping a horse down 2+ classes, and now rides with a leading jockey. Lady Hamilton, the 9, finished 3rd versus Similar in the last race. Best all-weather speed is fast among today's starters. Actually tied with another horse. Perfect 3. Number 3, Perfect Girl, finished 3rd versus stronger competition last out. Drops a class a day. Trainer wins 17% of the time on all-weather tracks. Jockey also has a strong win rate. Then I like Emerson's Dream, the 10. Finished the money in 5 races out of the last 6 starts, winning 3 of those. So very competitive horse. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. I'm going to bet the very first Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4, 3, 9, 10, 11, with the 7, 8, 9, with the 2, 3, finish up with the 1, 2, 7, 10, a $48 ticket.
Yeah, we got the same exact picks, Terry. So I don't know, based upon that last race, if that's good or bad. What's the odds that back-to-back 11s win? We're going to find out. But Talent Show, you mentioned Larry Ravelli claiming drop in multiple classes. That's an alpha angle for Mr. Ravelli, who taught us, if you go back on it was probably what do you think? It was our Horse Center, or do you think it was past, what was the other name of the show, Terry? I forget the other name of the show sometimes. But in any case, if you look up Larry Ravelli on our past shows on YouTube, you'll see that he said that if they hold the tail of the horse behind the gate, that horse never gets off to a good start. So keep an eye on that. One thing that concerns me a little bit about this drop, Terry, is if the horse doesn't win and gets claimed, they lose money. If it wins and it gets claimed, I think they make about $1,000. So it's not really a big bang. So maybe they're hoping it doesn't get claimed. 9, Lady Hamilton. That one should be out on the lead, Terry. And you see in the past performances with the 9 horse, the 9 horse, when she come on, computer, work with me, please. When she gets out to the lead, Mr. Terry, right down here, you shall see that. Never mind. She wins. Number 3, Perfect Girl. That's next for me. The last time this horse came off the sidelines like it is today, you know what the horse did, Terry?
Wins.
Well, I pressed the right bleeping button and it won.
Yeah.
And finally, number 10, Emerson's Dream. We both end on a long shot there. Was a really hard call for me over to 12 horse King's Legacy, but you look at the distance, the 10 horse is considerably better, and it isn't even close, just like the odds are lined up. 4, 3, 3, 4, 9, 10, 5, 8, 10, 4, 9, 4, 8, 9, 10, and there's no way for you and I, Terry, to both win the pick 4. So you might think about going a little deeper in the third leg, wherever you are. Unbelievable. All right, race number 2. Christopher D'Souza likes the 10 horse. All right, like that. And the 9 and the 3. Wait a minute.
And the 9. He likes it.
That's what I'm saying. He likes the 10, the 9, and the 3.
He just throws
I don't know what's going on. You've been drinking? Or have we been drinking? I'm not sure. Because is that the first time we all lined up, Terry, with Christopher or not?
Well, you don't like the 11, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He's got 3 of the other horses. When's the last time he did that?
Normally, he doesn't come with the same ones. So
I think that is definitely a case of the Ghostbusters where our streams have aligned and we are going to blow up big marshmallow men. 1 mile on the all-weather course, Terry. I think there's like 4 or 5 races at a mile. So pay attention to this one. It's the first one at a mile. And typically, stalkers do good. Post positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. No deal makers or deal breakers in there. But if you get a number of 8 or higher, you do have to work harder than the rest to take home the top prize. So being forwardly placed, not going to be hurtful in race number 3, Terry. And it looks like a quartet of horses should do most of the lifting early.
Yeah, there's 4 of them right there that have very similar numbers. So I think it just depends on who gets the best break. It's anyone's guess who's going to get that quarter pole first.
Personal Creed, the only class riser. Everybody else moving down in class, Terry. And who's got class as far as connections are concerned?
Well, you can take a look at the 7 as the best jockey. The 1 has the best trainer, but I think that 7 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, Personal Creed. I was looking at some Creed tickets. Maybe they ought to change their name to Greed. It's like $500 for a seat. If we take a look at some other things in here, Terry, the 1 horse, Lone E, that guy gets to the lead. Extravagant Prince could be dangerous. Everybody else wants to close. Anyway, Terry, take a look at the C zones and tell me what you see.
Well, I'll take a look there. You can see that the 1 has got 87.25, and then the 2 is a 65.37. The 7 is right under that 50% threshold we like. So those 3 horses will be the best or the most comfortable here.
Yes, my screen went out, and because it's cold here in Chicago, as I mentioned, and I have a little space heater under my desk, and it popped the power strip there. Just perfect timing.
Yeah.
The 10 horse, 5-point last race speed figure advantage. The 5 horse is your simulation favorite at 5-2, along with the 10 and the 7. A little bit clear edge over the rest of them. The 10 and the 5, once again, top our top total pace. So maybe the 10, maybe the 5, maybe something else, Terry. I don't think you have the 10 at all here. So what do you got in race 3?
Well, I like in race 3, the 7, Missionary Man. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like Patronage. The 9 ran second versus Stimmer in the last race, has a good workout on January 14th. Great Sword, the 8, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey. My third pick, by long shots, 4, Romantic Lead. Finishing the money in 50% of his starts during his career, has a high percentage winning trainer. No bets for me in this race.
Okay, I have the 10 horse. I'm like that song says, I'm all by myself. Top last race speed figure, handful of points, top total pace. The only thing that hurts that horse is its post position. Next, Great Sword, the 8 horse. Biggest class dropper, maybe the most untapped potential in this group, and only its 5th start. Number 5, Andy's Candy, simulation favorite. And this horse making the same second start after a layoff, and its resume says it should be as good as the last one, but could have a lot of upside to boot. And then finally, number 7, Missionary Man. All of the race internals were better across the board last time out, and potentially more to come in the third start after layoff. My Benny and the Bets bucks get rolling right here, Terry. $5 exact. The key box to 10 with the 5, the 7, and the 8. We have 9 races. See what other kind of interesting things can happen along the way. Another one at a mile. As I pointed out, stalkers do pretty well. Post positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They run fairly fair. Anything outside of that, they got a little bit of extra work to do, Terry. So once again, in race number 4, let's take a look at who's going to be where at the start of the race and then work our way from there.
Well, the 3 and the 11 are very close in their numbers there, so they could go head to head to the quarter post. If either of them get a bad break or the wrong decision or bump each other, the 12 could go.
And the 11 and 12 over here, they're both PC types, so a little left arrow action. They can afford to be patient. I think the 3 will probably go out and do all the work, at least at the start, because it wants to be on the lead. A lot of closers in here, so getting out towards the front could be advantageous, Terry. And who would have the advantageous positioning if C-zone is remotely close to accurate?
Yeah, you can look there and see that the 7 and then the 12 and the 2 all have above 50%, including the 3. And most of these are close to the 50% threshold we like to see. So, it's really kind of a guess on who's going to be the most comfortable in here.
Yeah, it's going to be a blob race. They're just going to all run around the track in like a big blob, and then at the end, somebody will separate. If that's the case, then you got all these horses here with very similar late speed, all with very similar early speed. The 9, last time out, that one had 5-point last race speed figure edge. It's also your top total pace, your simulation favorite. A lot of times when you see horses top that trio of lists, they do pretty well, Terry, but who tops your list for the jockey-trainer combo?
Well, the 2 is the best jockey, 5 best trainer, but I think the 2 has the best combination of jockey and trainer.
So when you add it all up, who's got the best combination of angles, Terry, and makes the top of your picks for race number 4?
Okay, well, in this race, I like 2, Be Here. Finishing the money in the last 5 starts, winning 2 of those, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then number 3, My Romeo Lima. Finished in the money in 4 races out of the last 6 starts, winning 1 of those, and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. Goldfoot, the 1, is my 3rd choice, ran 2nd in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. And then the 4, Count on Amazonia. Finished in the money in the last 4 starts, winning 1 of the race, has the highest speed figure at today's distance. No additional bets for me here.
Well, Count of Amazonia might be a little bit difficult to say, but what's not difficult to identify is that this horse is a horse for an all-weather course. Ran 7 times on the synthetic stuff, Terry, won 4 of them, finished 2nd in the other 3. Why would you run it anything else but synthetic? Shiesty to Chase, the 9 horse, 12-1. Top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else. Simulation favorite, top total pace at 12-1. Yes, sign me up. Number 2, Be Here, certainly has as much pop as any horse in this affair. It just hasn't shown up on the all-weather yet. If it does, then Terry's top pick takes home the top prize. And then finale, the 6 horse, First Strike. This horse has the most back class at Turfway Park and the most upside at Turfway Park to boot. So why not at a price on a drop? $5 exact, the key box, the 4 over the 2, 6, and 9. And if I hit that one, Terry, that should pay for the day.
Yeah. You had a nice trifecta yesterday. You collected almost $70.
Yeah, what's sad, though, is I had a lot of, just missed that pick 4 right there, too, because my horse finished a close 2nd in the opening leg to what ended up being the favorite, your top pick, the 4 horse.
Yeah.
If I had just thrown him in as my 4th pick, I would have ended up with that, too, because it was actually next on my list. But shoulda, woulda, coulda is the going to be on my tombstone. Number 5, mid-race today at Turfway Park. Guess what? 6.5 furlongs. This is a maiden race, maiden special weight, 100 grand. So the maiden races, we like to look at the speed figure, 80 being that case. That's the average winning speed figure. We want to see which horses have got yeses in their columns, Terry, and it's not a very extensive list.
No, only 8 and 10 have either equaled or exceeded the speed par number in the past, although they all have a little bit of a chance to do it today with the par plus number. Some of them are up there, especially the 8 again. So
par plus, we do 1,000 simulations where we project out a speed figure. Let's talk about that 8. 456 out of 1,000 times when we simulated speed figures, the 8 horse put together a speed figure of at least 80. So pretty good chance it could do it again. Yesterday, we had a horse with a high probability, and that horse came home an easy winner, if you remember, Terry.
it did, yeah.
So another thing we like to look at are class droppers when you're looking at maiden races. And, special weight, I don't know if there's such thing as much of a class drop. But we also want to look at this first-timer column and the second race par ability column, particularly when there are a lot of red and white horses in our par race columns, Terry. And you see anything in there that catches your eye?
Yeah, that 9 is 2.58, which is above the 2.5 that we like to see. And then you've got the 12 running at 2.34. But then on the second race par ability, you've got that 2 at 81 and you got the 4 at 84. So they have a big chance to do well.
The 7 horse also graded out. Is that the 7? No, the 6. Pretty good jockey there, Terry. But what about jockey trainer combo?
Well, the 6 is the best jockey. 7 is the best trainers, but the 6 is the best trainer jockey combination.
All right, there you got it. The 6 horse being the top. A lot of the 2 horse should blast to the lead, but in these maiden races, Terry, one of the things you kind of probably want to look for is, am I going with the established horses? Am I going with the horses that have second or first race upside? Which way did you go?
I went with the 1, Cove Spring. Finished third versus similar in the last race. Can improve while returning to a sprint, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then they added Lasix today. Number 7, Let's Sanchez. Finished third versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and a nice bullet workout on January 13th. Ala 2, the 2, finished second in the debut race, has a high percentage winning trainer, and they also added Lasix to this one. Presumptuous, the 10, is my long shot. The jockey has a good, strong win record and also a good workout on this horse on January 10th. And this is another one they added Lasix to. No bets for me in this race.
So Papa's Lady, the 4 horse. That's my top selection in here. And that is because it has the most second race par ability. Horse was decent. I think it was like 7-2. It was the favorite, maybe a little bit heavier than 7-2. But, I mean, if you're a 7-2 favorite, you're really not a favorite in your debut. Then I have the 9 horse, Rhythm Lady. It's the highest rated first-timer with solid enough Turfway Park works. Number 8, Rhapsody in Motion, my next selection. It is the yes horse, or one of the yes horses. Did show some better early pace last time out, as well as some better late pace last time out. And then better fractions last time out. All right. And then finally, the only one we agree on, Terry, is the 10.
It's a long shot, yeah.
Yeah, Presumptuous. And the reason why I went with Presumptuous over the 2 is my next consideration is, and maybe if I can scroll correctly this time around, we'll get this correct. All right. So far, I'm impressing myself. But in Keeneland debut, the horse came out of the barn, ran a decent enough race. And then really something went wrong in the next start as the favorite. This is one of those third race bounce back after second race regression types, catching that first time Lasix. We'll see if that third race bounce back comes to fruition today as both of our long shots. No bets for me either. Race number 6, Terry, that'll take us to the last of the pick fours for you and me for this week. This one is a mile. Again, as I mentioned, we get a belly full of these 1 mile races. It's 1 trip around the track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. They do pretty well, I guess. That stands to reason considering you got that quick early turn there before they come back around the backstretch there to make one lap around the track. Being a stalker is probably the best way to be positioned to close the race out. In race number 6, the 4 scratch. That's why all that ugly red is in there. I didn't have a chance to pull it out of the smart sheets. But with the 4 out, Terry, looks like there's 2 horses early on the inside that are say, catch me if you can.
Yeah, the 1 and the 2 have the most speed. They're going to go head to head to the quarter pole.
Yeah, I'd say that bears itself out both here as well as the early pace. And down here, you have the 2 and the 1 that want to be either pilots or co-pilots or pilots. So the 1 has some flexibility. Everybody else, pretty much in the middle and back. Terry, 1 horse has a pretty aggressive comfort zone, though, in that PC slot.
Yeah, that's at 7 is at 82.29%. So it's going to be very comfortable.
Yeah, also pretty high on the jockey list, too.
Yeah, it is. It's the best jockey. 8's the best trainer. I think the 8, though, is the best jockey trainer combination.
Vino Rosoto, yes, indeed. The 3 horse, the 2 horse, the 1 horse, the 8 horse, pretty tight in terms of the simulation favorites. You got the 1, 2, 3 over here once again. So maybe just go 1, 2, 3 in race number 6 and forget the rest. Terry, what did you do in race 6?
Well, I went the other way. I went with the 7. I made it. Finished second as the favorite last out. Trainer wins 31% of the time, and we're going to beat favorite back. And then number 8, Vino Rosato. Yeah, I think
it's got to be like wine and cheese or something. I don't know.
Anyway, she placed second in the similar race, trained by a 30% win rate trainer, and has a top jockey. Sunny's Flame, the 1 is my 3rd choice, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, trained by a high percentage winning trainer. Curl's Night Out, the 6, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes. That's my long shot. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice. Don Johnson picked 4, 1, 6, 7, and 8 with the 1, 6, with the 2, 4, 5, with the 1, 3, 5, 11. That's a $48 ticket.
I have the 3 horse. Yarid the Tat. It's your simulation favorite. It's your top total pace favorite. With the 4 out. Better early pace last time out. 10 to 1. Yeah, I'll take it. 4 is not here, so let's just reduce that. Oops, I am really struggling with the mouse today, Terry. I don't know what. All right, one more try. If the 3rd time's not the charm, I am going to stop. After that, I have the 8, Wine and Cheese, Vino Rosata. It's a yes horse. All the race internals last time were better from the start to the finish. Gotta like that. Next up for me is, oh yes, another thing about the 8 horse. It's one of those finely healthy horses. It's making its 2nd start after a layoff for the first time in more than a year. And many times you'll hear me talk about that. You see, the last time it did it was last October. So a long time ago. In fact, it's only the 2nd race since July. Horse definitely finally healthy. Then number 7, I Made It. Hopefully it makes it to the winner's circle for you and I, Terry, to start off our pick 4s. Although we'd probably prefer something with a little higher odds. It is that standout C-zone horse that we talk about. This horse has run at Turfway 2 times and finished 2nd by a neck in both of them. So she needs maybe a little longer neck. And then finally, number 1, Sunny's Flame could be out front, Terry, in a race that could otherwise be sort of paceless and maybe goes all the way. 1, 3, 7, 8, 1, 6, 9, 4, and 10. And then 3, 5, 7, and 13. So there are a couple different ways in this one, Terry, where you and I could end up in the winner's circle with our pick 4.
All right.
Before we go on to race number 7, I see on my screen that they are making their way to the gates for race number 2. Tomorrow, Thomas and I, a little bit later than usual, are going to do Caulfield in the Land Down Under.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Some good races. I think a couple group races down there tomorrow. And then Monday, weather permitting, but we do have a backup plan this week just in case. We should go to Parks. And if not, we'll do Sunland Park on Monday. We'll see what Tuesday holds, what Mother Nature brings to bear. But to make sure you don't miss any of it, Terry, what is the smartest thing you can do on this Thursday evening?
Well, of course, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you're notified about all these different programs and whether or not the weather affects them or what. and then go ahead and copy the link at the bottom, share it with everybody you know so that they can come and take a look at us. I know they're going to like what we have here. And then go to Horse Racing Today, the number 2 day, and at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. Give us thumbs up and likes, and also give us comments and picks coming like Don Johnson and Christopher's done today.
Yeah, Christopher giving us some thoughts on race number 2. Yeah, he likes in race number 2, the 10, the 9, and the 3, which is pretty unusual when Christopher agrees with us. Kind of curious when when you come up with your best bet. I think it's in the next race.
It is, yeah.
What Christopher D'Souza has to say. If he's going to go back to launching grenades.
Maybe.
Yeah, I have a feeling the answer to that question is going to be unequivocally a 3-letter word. Yes. So in race number 2, right now it looks like the 11 horse is an even money favorite. At Turfway Park, I think even money favorites probably not worth betting because just about anything can happen. Looks like the 8 horse got off to a little bit of a funky break. The 4 horse in race number 2 has definitely taken hold early along with the 7. So the 4 was in that mix, the 7 in that mix, but not necessarily where they're supposed to be. The 9 horse with all that early speed kind of took back a little bit. So didn't really go to the front like it may have the opportunity to do so. The 7 tough as nails at 56-1. Pulling the chain right now, the 4 horse in a shotgun position. Behind that is the 12, King's Legacy, the one that I left off my ticket over the tough call for the 10. Probably regretful decision. I'd make a few of those for sure. Then you got a pretty good gap back to the 5 horse. That one is Our Prayer, which is what Terry and I are doing right now. Hoping that because none of those horses in the moment are a part of. So that 8 horse with the funky break, that one's coming the best. That sounds like a song almost, right? Opening quarter in like 50 seconds, so 49.7 after opening quarter mile and 25. I think you and I could run that fast, Terry. I don't know.
You might be able to. I don't think I can. I'm just.
It's not as tough as nails to do anything yet. So somebody's going to have to close into a very slow pace if they're going to take this race home. And it looks like the 11 and the 3 are going to give it a go. But the 3 is going to get a better trip than the 11 because the 11's got to go 5 wide, waiting for the strides on that 7 horse to shorten, and they haven't as of yet. Although the 11 horse has, at this point, switched leads, is trying to close some ground on that 7 horse. He is going to dip his nose in the front at 1-1, Terry.
All right.
Yes, we put 4 horses in our pick 4 so that we can. I screwed mine up. That should be an 11. I don't know where that came from, but the 11 was my top pick. In any case, what did I put in there? 3. Where did that 4 come from? 3. Anyway, that's what you put 4 horses in your pick 4 so that you can come home with the
hard favorite.
Yeah, it's always my favorite. No, my favorite is when you finally have the courage to hit the all button.
Yeah,
because you're going to get the 1-2 favorite that went off at 2-1, and at the turned to 1-2. As I mentioned, race number 7 is going to be Terry's best bet. Before we get off to Terry's best bet, in race number 7, they're going to run a mile again, optional claiming 62.5. So a nice race today. You cannot, with Terry's lunch money, get the 1 horse, unless, of course, you put enough on his best bet, then you can maybe purchase it in the next race. A mile, we've seen closers win both the first races, Terry. They both were number 11. Should we just say take number 11 as a closer and go from there in race number 7?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Well, there's not an 11, so we can guarantee right. 11 won't win this race.
So don't take it. Nobody take that 11.
So who you want to take if you got something to go towards the front and stay there?
Well, the 2 and the 8 have the best speed, followed up by that 10. So those 3 just matter who gets the best break.
Yeah. For this particular affair, Terry, 87 is the speed figure number to win at this level, so pretty good. It's a pretty solid race. Only 1 horse so far has managed to accomplish that, though.
Yeah, that's that 1 horse. But the 2, 5, and 9 have come within 5 points of doing that. So
the 1 horse also 5-point last race speed figure edge. We also see over here a couple of horses making second starts, Terry. If you look at that, a couple of these horses have a pretty good chance to go well past that 87 speed figure, at least one of them anyway.
Yeah. Well, the 6 looks like it could equal that, but that 9 looks like it may go way past that.
Yeah, it does indeed. But it doesn't look like anything can equal the 6 for connections.
No, it's got the best jockey and trainer, so best combination.
So looking down here, the 10 wants to be out in the lead by itself. It would be a part of the early mix, although 2 horses to the inside to keep it honest. Everybody else to the middle back, Terry, that can favor speed, although the 10 might be a little bit uncomfortable out there. It's like the 1 horse, Terry, might be the most comfortable of them all, the only yes.
Absolutely, but then there's several other that are either right at 50% or above 50%, like that 5 horse. So they'll all be comfortable.
So the 1 catches that speed figure edge. The 9 is your simulation favorite. Also your top late speed horse. Also your top total pace horse. Also, as you mentioned, Terry, great opportunity to run well past that par speed figure. So before we move on to Terry's best bet of the day, we started with a gong. Hopefully we can end with an applause. But let's go ahead with a drum roll. And your best bet of the day is?
There it is. My best bet is the 6, Rip Current. Won the debut race at Turfway Park, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I like the 1 as my second choice. Also won its last race at Turfway Park. Trainer and jockey have strong win records. Number 9, Resist, won the debut race at Turfway Park. Also has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 23% of the races when using first-time Lasix, and has a high percentage winning jockey. And then Queenstown, number 8, won its race at Turfway Park, and then trainer has a strong win record. I'm going to bet $20 to win on the 6. A $10 exacta box, 1-6, a $10 exacta 6 on top with a 1-8-9, and then a $5 exacta box, 1-6-9. That's it.
Well, I'm going to go with the 9 horse. Christopher D'Souza, I'm waiting for you. Who do you got in this race? I'm interested. I have the 9 horse on that second race, way past par ability. Let's see if that can hold to pass. Then I have the 1 horse with that top last race speed figure. The only yes horse, dominating win. The only time it ran at Turfway last time out. It's your morning line. Number 6, Rick Current, Terry's best bet of the day. I like the comment. Strong run in its debut. Another with second race upside, and has that unquestionable best jockey trainer combination. Finally, Back Ring Buzz, the 2 horse, my final choice. Nice pop in its last race. That was the first time it tried Turfway Park, and I think catching a little bit of extra distance today might bring the buzz back to Back Ring here. No bets for me. I was going to put a bet here, but I don't like to step on Terry's best bets. I was actually going to do an exacta box, exacta with the 9 on that second race par ability, but I refrained. Race 8, 2 races to go for this week. We have race 8 being, holy Lord, 6.5 furlongs, another optional claiming race, as all the races today for the most part were 6.5 furlongs or a mile. Again, the rail horses and the outside horses do well. Being forwardly placed is a useful position to be in, Terry. So in race number 9, who's got it? Well, looks like 1 horse is going to be out there all by myself.
Yeah, this 10 has lots and lots of speed according to the data.
Yes, indeed. Hedrick, 10-point, almost 11-point early speed advantage. 5 points equals 1 length. 10 horse also on the top of that. I think the 10 horse is probably going to be out front, Terry. We'll see. On the way home, the 5 horse will be the closer. Down here, Terry, as far as par horses, we only see the 4 and the 13, but our par plus points out a few others as well.
Yeah, it shows that there's also the 5, and then the 9 and the 10 and the 4 and the 13 all have a really good chance to do well today.
As far as jockeys are concerned, it looks like Mo Quality is the quality.
Yeah, 4 is the best. The 5 is the best trainer. 2 is the best jockey trainer combination, though.
Yeah, all by, just a little bit different over there. The 9 horse is your simulation favorite. But again, another one of those races where you have 5 horses that are tightly bunched. Down here, again, you see a little bit of separation in here between the 10, the 5, and everybody else, although the 10 does not show up over here, Terry. Who shows up in our C-zone column?
Well, as you can take a look there, you can see that in that C zone, we've got that 4 at 89.61%, and then followed up by the 12 at a 77.69%. There's a couple others that are above that 50% threshold that we like to see.
A couple horses staying pat. Everybody else moving up in class. So who, when it's done, is going to move up to the finish line, Terry? To start off the daily double.
I like the 4 Mo Quality. Early foot, so return into a sprint will help. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then number 2, 67 Mustang. Ooh, nice. One last
nice
race. Yeah,
but 66 would be better, Terry, because that's when I was born.
Really? Yeah. One last race at Turfway Park. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Defending Albert. The 5 is my third choice. Won 3 out of 7 career starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and explosively, the 9 is my long shot, finished third versus similar in the last race, has the highest last speed rating, and no bets for me as I'm out of money.
You put it all on that 6 horse. At 8-1, I hope he comes home a winner. I have Hedgewick at 15-1. Hell, I hope this one comes home a winner, Terry. Morning line. It's got that incredible early speed edge, 2.2 lengths. Everybody else will be trying to play catch up. Top total pace, 7 points, so a length and a half. His turf record says yes. Been against grade 1 company. Ran an okay race. The only thing it hasn't shown is that all weather, but it only has 1 trip across the track, so across all weather track. So I think you could see some improvement, especially on an easy lead, although you should wear 11 and come from off the pace today. Number 4, Mo Quality. Room for a lot more in the second start after a layoff. And this horse will make a pretty big mid-move. And that mid-move might be enough to carry it to the finish line. Then the 9. That one's explosively, super consistent. A little better with the pace numbers from start to finish last time out. But this horse is coming off the claim for the trainer. And the trainer has as many wins as you and I do, Terry, off the claim. You know how many that is?
None.
None out of 25. Kind of hard to go against that number, no?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have put the 13 Dazzle Me Silver in front of the 9 horse there. It's the other yes horse with the 4. It is the only PC horse in the race. And the only question for this guy is, can he handle the all-weather? If he can, he'll be a factor. I'm going to do a $5 exact the key box with the remainder of my Benny and the Bet bucks. And I got big prices on top of pretty much all of them here. So if one of them comes home, should be a nice day. 10 over the 4, 5, 9, and the 13, which takes us to the last race of the day. But before we do that, just a gentle reminder that tomorrow morning, when the sun comes up, the Pegasus wagering guide, along with our picks and smart sheets, will be available over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There will be a link to Guaranteed Tip Sheet in the free track today over at horseracingtoday.net when the show is over. Instead of Tampa Bay, it will say Turfway. They rhyme. And then on here, you'll see a link for today's smart sheets, explanation on how to use them. If you like what we do, kindly hit up that tip jar so that I can get a little bit more caffeine, be a little bit more loosey-goosey. And then finally, the Guaranteed Tip Sheet link right there so they know where you came from. Head on over there and get yourself ready for what I call the really, it's like, to me, it's like the Daytona 500 of the 2026 horse racing season, because I feel like the Pegasus really is the kickoff for 2020, for the new year. Terry, what do you think?
I do, yeah. For me, I like the Pegasus. So,
yeah, me as well. I think it's a lot of fun. I like to go down there for the entertainment, right? That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Finally, race number 9 for today. That one, one race behind there. Another 6.5 furlong, a maiden claiming. If you watch the show at all, you know we pay a lot of attention to this speed figure, 75. We're going to look for yeses, Terry, in race number 9. And guess what we're not going to find?
No yeses. There's 3 maybes. One of them is at 2 points, so it's pretty close, but no other yeses there. And that 5 horse also has the best chance to either equal or exceed today's speed part number.
Yeah, so 410 or 411, excuse me, out of 1,000 simulations. We saw that horse, Santiana, get a speed figure of 75 or more. So that's a pretty good chance that horse can do what it takes to win this race today, Terry. And it looks like maybe a little bit extra work from the jockey. Maybe the one on top of it has what it takes to win.
Yeah, the 3 has the best jockey, 1 the best trainer, but the 3 has the best jockey trainer combination. And if you take a look back on this first time starters, if you take a look at that, what is that number 7, 2.61, which is above that 2.5. But in addition to that, it has a back bullet, which we love to see.
Yeah, when those horses have some pretty sturdy backwards, that's a 3 furlong number, so I put a little less emphasis on it. Still good to know that the horse, if it wants to kick up its legs, it can do so. I do make some modifications for that in the upcoming smart sheets. All the calculations are done. I'm happy about that. All I need now is to make my way through the presentation so I can press a button, and smart sheets just like this will show up for every single track, every single day, and that's forthcoming. Looks like one horse in here, Terry, is going to show up more than others according to the C-zone.
Yeah, the 13's got a 69% C-zone, so it's really pretty nice. Going to be very comfortable, followed up by the 11 at almost 50%.
Yeah, you got the 3 and the 5 out here by themselves. The 1 and the 13 want to close. This host of horses here, not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. You got the 7 and the 8 making their first starts. The 5 horse of the experienced horses, 5-point speed, 3-point speed figure edge. Simulation favorite, about a length and a half total pace favorite is the 5, your favorite to close out the night before they freeze in Kentucky.
I like the 3. Mariposa Moon drops in class today. Trainer has and jockey have high win rates, and I like the 5, finished 4th as a favorite last out, but the trainer wins 26% of the time when bringing back beaten favorites. They added Lasix. Desperate Dreams, the 1, my 3rd choice, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and Lasix and blinkers are added. And of all things, the 11's my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and drops in class. All right, that's it for me today.
Well, I would say the way things are going for 11s, Terry, it's not going to be of all things in a long shot. It should be like a 1 to 20 favorite by the time we get to that race.
Yeah, it could be.
Truly Authentic should be one that you get a piece of, Terry, I'd imagine. Authentic has to be a part of that horse's can you name it that without having Authentic in the let's see, is Authentic a daddy in here or not?
No, I didn't look at that.
Yes, Authentic is a daddy.
It is, yeah.
You gonna get a piece of this guy if it wins, Terry, or no?
No, I just get the part of the stud fees, not what the purses are. But
you'll still be happy if it does win, though, because in some way it's related to you.
Because the more those win, the higher the stud fees go.
So, do you want to put the 7 at the top of your picks now for selfish reasons?
I might, yeah.
Anyway, that is that top-rated first-timer squaring off against no's and maybes. You always have to put those into your consideration, particularly when they get a solid score, as Terry noted, 2.5 or better. And it's 3 furlong workouts. You hint that the horse could have some pop. Yeah. Santiana, the 5 horse. That one is best speed figure, 3 points clear of everybody else. And that's Andrew Byers' benchmark. So what the heck? It's my benchmark too. By far the best par plus number that Terry mentioned. First time Lasix, as many of these horses are getting, but also showed some early speed, but also have some late speed too. So that first Lasix should help. So if you look here, the 5 horse should be a part of the early pace, but over here it's the second best late speed horse. Can't pass what you can't catch, Terry. And then I'm going to go with the 3 horse, Mariposa Moon, a couple of strong and decent workouts between races. And then the final pick for this Thursday is Oaks Street. Here in Chicago, Oak Street is one of the favorite beaches. I guarantee you won't find a soul over there tomorrow when it's -7. But this horse does have boom or bust ability in just its 3rd career start. No additional wagers for me. Here are our picks. Well, kind of easy, Terry. The 11 horse won the first race. The 11 horse won the second race.
Yep.
Is there 11 horse in race number 3? Let's look real quick. There's none. So something other than the 11 will win race number 3. We're both alive with our pick 4s. I have a $5 exact key box, 10 over the 5, the 7, and the 8. And currently in race number 3, it does look like the 10 horse is your favorite right now, 3-1. So not a really big favorite, but still nonetheless taking some action. Race number 4, another exacta box with a 10-1 on top. Race number 5, nothing. Almost no agreement between Terry and I besides presumptuous. Number 6 is the late pick 4. Race number 7 is Terry's best bet of the day with Rip Current, best jockey trainer combination, I think making second case ability. And then finally, race number 8, a $5 exact key box with the 10 for me, Hedgewick, another big priced horse at the top of my ticket. And then the finale is race number 9, again, where we have no bets. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow, Terry, Tom, and I will be doing Caulfield, some group races for 4 and Friday in Australia. To make sure you catch that and all the great stuff that we're doing for the rest of 2026, where do you want to find yourselves?
Well, you're going to find us on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell, and then go copy that link below and share it with everybody you know so they can come check us out. Go to our social sites at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Skies at Horse Racing, the number 2 day, and then give us a thumbs up. And then keep these comments and picks coming like we've seen today with Don Johnson and Christopher D'Souza, as we love to see them.
Yeah, we do appreciate you spending your Thursday night with us. And wherever you are, I certainly hope you're a little bit warmer than we'll be in Chicago. We certainly hope our picks are a little bit warmer than that as well. No matter what you're doing between today, tomorrow, and don't forget the Pegasus over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Please use a link wherever you find them, whether it be in our description on YouTube, where we will timestamp every race, so you can come back and see why Terry likes the 6 in race number 7 as his best bet today. All that interactivity helps us, but we certainly hope that whatever your endeavors are today, your help with God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do between now and the time we get together again ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. Make it a fantastic Thursday night. We'll see you mañana.